Hey, what's up? So I wanted to go over real quick today, just kind of summarize or put everything in perspective. What is the one concept that will change the world forever? And we'll just, where's the revolution gonna come? We're gonna start. Where's the revolution gonna start? If you all believe in change and in a new world and in a new era of grace on earth, a new kingdom, the kingdom of God on earth, if you believe that that's a possibility on earth, where how is this revolution going to come about? What what do we have to do to change? And there's one concept that will do this. It's very easy to understand. It's just so hard to believe and to implement. But the one concept is love, is unconditional love. And if you believe in that idea of unconditional love, and that is the idea that's going to transform the world. So, and it's mainly how we face evil, because that's the big stumbling block. It's, I believe in unconditional love. Like, this is kind of the culture. I believe in unconditional love until evil murks around faces, until evil approaches, then, all the gloves are coming off, right? And so that's kind of where we're at in the culture. And that's the stumbling block. And that's the gap in knowledge that we have that's preventing us from the revolution, from the change in the world. And so what is that gap in knowledge? The gap in knowledge is you can't fight evil with evil. And we all know this deep in our hearts. Like, every Christian knows that deep in their hearts. They somehow know that that's true, but they can't really, they can't bow to evil. They can't bow to evil. Like, fuck evil, man. Evil comes to me, I'm not putting up with it. And so I think that's the big stumbling block. Um, and they're right. We don't bow to evil, bro. But that is the hardest gap in knowledge, to understand that love does not bow to anyone. And it's the opposite. Like, that's the big transformation in your brain and in your belief system, is that love is the most powerful force in the universe. It's not this, cute little love. You know, love is power. Love is strength. Love is and so now, does it use violence? No. Love is what you actually think love is. Love is kindness. Love is thinking in the other. Love you know, is gracious, is not forcing things. Um, and so that's the big barrier. Um, that is the huge barrier that we face as a culture, our belief system as a culture. And so, how do we get over that barrier? Is introspection, is knowing that there's something wrong, and knowing that we are the only ones who are going to change it. We are the only ones that are going to make this revolution possible, and that there's not someone who's going to come and save us. That is the big barrier also, because that's what the institutions want us to believe. That's what the big, you just wait there in your seat watching your Netflix or whatever the hell you do, and just stand passively there, and everything's gonna be fine, which it will eventually. But you have to change your belief system for this to work. Like, it's in us to change, because we create this. We're gonna change it. We're accountable for our world. Um, and so the belief in love is going to fundamentally change everything. And And so the knowledge gap is also in that understanding that love is the most powerful force in the universe. And when you face evil with love, that love will be triumphant, not evil. And when you face evil with evil, evil will be triumphant. And it's a lose-lose situation when you fight evil with evil. It's a win-win when you fight evil with love. And that's not only on a macro level with wars and with countries, but it's also with you on a daily basis. It's your everyday life. And so that's the big revolution. And then the other big knowledge gap is the understanding of evil, right? It's so hard for us to make that jump because we don't understand what evil is and what it's trying to do, and that evil is part of us. When we see evil out there coming to get us, they're a part of us. And we have to, and once you understand what they're trying to do, is that they're trying to do the same thing we're all trying to do, is get back to this place, this beautiful place. Once you understand that they're trying just as hard as we're trying, then, and we're part of it too. It's not like them and us. Because we're all good and evil inside anyway. But once you understand that, and it's internal too, you have good and evil inside of you, and when you're always hating on yourself, and when you're always, blaming yourself, and when you're always guilty, and when you're always, all this stuff, you can't make that leap into unconditional love for yourself either. And so it's internal and external. So I invite you to make that leap. Now, the only way to make that leap, though, into understanding and into love, the only way, and somehow we know that this is true, like deep down we know, like, this is true, but we can't like bring it into reality because there's certain things that don't fit in the puzzle. But that understanding of evil is really important, I think, is understanding what evil is and what evil's trying to do. And I've talked about this a lot in other videos, and I think that's one of the key elements, is understanding that evil's not some separate entity that's just evil. It's going to be separated into outer darkness. All right, they're a part of us. And so once you see that they're just like us, then there is no they in us. Like, they're trying just as hard as we're trying. And we're all trying. We're all trying super hard in this life. This life it's crazy. And it's a crazy life, and we all try so hard on a daily basis. And but once you see that evil's trying just as hard as we are, but in ignorance. Obviously, they're in ignorance because they wouldn't be doing what they're doing, right? Once you see that they're trying just as hard as we are to get where we're all trying to get, then it kind of clicks, like, oh, wait, they're not separated from us. They're part of us. We're all one, right? And so I think that's the big revolution. But in order for this to happen, the one thing you have to have is trust in God. Like, that is the basic element that you have to have, because you won't be able to do it. Like, if you don't trust that God is this amazing, benevolent, thing out there, and you put all your trust in God and allow yourself to just relax and be, and allow yourself to live, and for love to invade your heart, it won't happen. so the how, like, how do we do this? Okay, I believe in this concept of love. I believe in love, but I don't feel it. I don't, it's not in me. Like, I still hate all these motherfuckers, man. Like you're trying to believe, but you can't believe. And the step to do that is trusting in God in your personal life, in everything that you do on a personal level, like on a daily basis, and also like in your political, economic, your worldview also. And both is, you have to trust in God. And once you make that leap, and it's a huge leap, it's jumping off a cliff. It is just, you got to jump off the cliff and let go of everything, and trust in your creator, in our creator. And that's the how we're going to do it. And that's the how you can do it, like trusting in this beautiful love system. So that's about it. And once people start believing in that idea, which is so foreign to all religions now, and to all, this idea that love is, that evil is to be loved and not shunned in this world, it's going to be a revolution. Like, if people start believing in this basic idea, and religions start actually teaching this, it's gonna be crazy. Because what would happen automatic? Like, there'd be no wars, there'd be no this, there'd be no borders. I mean, I don't know why people believe so much in borders. Like, this world is ours, bro. Like, dude, there's no borders. Like, these are just imaginary lines that governments put up. And when your belief in your country is a great thing, right? Like, your belief in, I'm patriotic and I'm of this country, but you're of this world, bro. Like, there's so much more. Like, it's you love the people in this country and you love this country. That's great. Like, that's a good thing. But there's so much more. Like, there's not just this country. You are so much more than this country. You are this whole world. Like, you are the whole world. Like, you should be able to go anywhere in the world without anyone telling you can go here, you can't go here, and everyone else should do the same. The world is ours. Like, it's not any governments or any, why should they be telling us where we can go, what we can do, where we can work, It's just, so that's a big hurdle in your identity, I think, is that. But once you believe in love, and in the basic concept of believing in unconditional love, and in the belief that you can't fight evil with evil, and how you do that is through trust in God. Once you do that, then all your like political beliefs and all your identity starts to crumble, like just right before your eyes. It just starts to crumble, and it's a beautiful thing. It's going to be a beautiful thing for you, because all those things that form your identity are keeping you in like a prison, right? And so it's a beautiful thing. Once you jump off that cliff, you think it's like you're losing everything, because all your identity is built on all of these lies, right? In wars and patriotism, and and these are the good guys. We're the good guys. They're the bad guys. All these type of just belief system. Put these guys in jail. Put this. Once you start believing in love, then you can't fight evil with evil. And when you make that jump to trust God and say, I don't, my intellect can't understand it completely now, but I trust you, God, and I'm gonna believe in this. Like, I'm gonna do this, like, internally. once you do that, then all of these other beliefs you have are going to just start crumbling. Like just, like the house built on the sand, like like the tsunami that comes in, right? It just like wipes out everything. But it leaves a peace, and it just leaves something that's beautiful. You will feel like yourself again. I can promise you that. And you're not gonna always be there, but you're gonna feel like you've kind of returned home, And that's such a beautiful thing, man. So you have returned home, And that's what that tsunami does, is like, dude, you're home, man. Like, you're home here. Like, we don't have to wait for heaven. We don't have to wait for anything or anyone. Like, God is here with us always. And oh man, so I'm getting a little emotional, but yeah, we are home, man. We are home. We're home with God right here, right now. And so that's all I leave with you guys today. I love you guys. Let's start this revolution, man. I mean, not like a huge revolution, but dude, just starting yourself in your life, and you're going to feel good, man. That's it. See ya.